Hi, Jason.
Hi, Alice. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for
And
doing this.
you,
I
how are
appreciate it.
you?
Very good. And yourself?
Good, good,
Good.
great poster you've got in the background.
Thank you. Actually, I put that up because you actually autographed for that for me back in the
Didn't
in the Chicago convention, one of the Star Trek conventions. So
great.
it was it's you're great in it, and I think I'll take a break from Star Trek. I'll talk about those early movies because
Great.
those two in '81, Chariots of Fire and Ghost Story, both released that same year. I totally believe you should have been nominated for both movies. You just did an awesome, excellent job.
Oh, well,
Um,
that's so kind of you. Thank you.
Abrahams.
Well, if you can't take a beating, perhaps it's for the best.
I don't run to take beatings. I run to win. If I can't win, I won't run.
If you don't run, you can't win.
okay, so I just want to start off with Chariots of Fire, great film, won Best Picture. But you had this famous scene and the famous line, if you don't run, you can't win.
Yeah.
So over the years, did you ever get athletes or people coming up to you saying that, boy, that scene inspired me and kept going?
Do you know no one has? No
You're
one ever
kidding.
has.
Oh,
No,
wow.
no.
And the Gilbert and Sullivan scene with because you're an excellent stage actress, and I think it was the Maca,
Yes, exactly.
Mikado, yeah.
Yeah.
Later in life, did you say, you know what, I want to be in that play? Did you ever audition for that performance?
Trouble is, I can't sing.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, you are an excellent Shakespearean actress, and you're just absolutely terrific on that. So let's talk about Eva Galley and the whole ghost story experience, which is, again, why I liked it is during that time, that was during this sort of the very slasher horror movies, and this one is definitely performance driven. I mean, all the whole cast was just excellent. So I think I saw you in an interview saying that you 3 weeks in your apartment, you just coming up with that character, and you because previously you said you had a psychology background. Did you pull from that? Because if you take this as a real person, you can really there's a lot of things going behind the scenes of her head. Did you do that at all?
Do you know, it was a long time ago. I can't remember exactly what I did. But what did happen, first off, I was very young, new actor. It was like the third or fourth thing I'd ever done. And the privilege of working with those great, great Hollywood actors of that generation. And they really were. And except for Pat Neal, it was the last thing all of them ever did. That was an extraordinary gift to me as a young actor. But I got to Saratoga Springs, which is where we started, and there wasn't any snow.
Oh, that's right.
Didn't snow, just didn't snow that year. It was meant to be covered in snow. So for 3 weeks, I didn't work because they were shooting all the other interiors because we couldn't go outside. So I literally did sit in my hotel room, and John Irvin, the director, said to me, "Oh, there's a fabulous exhibition down in New York that you should go and see. It will help you." I got to New York, and because we were in Saratoga, not far, and the exhibition had closed. But instead, I stumbled upon another exhibition. And it was showcasing Edvard Munch, you know, the Swedish, the Scream, right?
Yep,
That
yep.
painter. And for me, it absolutely encapsulated Eva. Because no one, it was never explored where she'd come from. She was this English woman, and she just showed up in this village with all of this exotic stuff. And you had no idea what had happened to her, what her backstory was. She was very, very mysterious. Anyway, I bought the catalogue of the exhibition, and I took it apart and I stuck all these tortured monk paintings on the wall of the hotel room. And in some weird way, that was very influential, although you don't see it in the piece, but there's an extraordinary monk painting of the 3 stages of woman, a young virginal woman, a woman in her prime who's depicted as a temptress, and then your old crone. And somehow all of that just made a huge impact on me. But I was working with wonderful actors, so they were hugely influential in how everything turned out. And the director was very, very good as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a great moment. Yeah, directing, writing, and acting all together. Now, we always talked about the Hollywood actors that like Fred Astaire and Fairbanks and all that were great, but I really did like when it was in the 20s with their younger actors. Yes. You could really tell the camaraderie between all of you. Was that like that on set with the?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we were all in this big old hotel called the Gideon Putnam in Saratoga Springs, and there was nothing else to do because it was out of season. The whole of Saratoga Springs, which is a summer stock town and a racing town, shuts down in the winter, or it did then. So we just hung out in this huge, spooky old hotel together.
Wow.
And really had a great time.
Aren't you even going to say hello?
That ending scene where you're coming down the staircase, I saw in the audio commentary that it was shot separately. They said they shot you in London or something like that. Was that true, or was that, were you intended to be in the ending part, I guess is my question, in the original script?
I honestly can't remember, but we did shoot it separately.
Yeah,
we may well have shot it subsequently in London, because I was based in London and so was John Irvin.
Yeah.
But, they could have flown us anywhere, but we may well have shot it. It was shot on a completely new separate set in London.
Well, that's the genius with you, how you can turn it on and turn it off. So the question is, let's say because you're a Shakespearean actress and let's say you're with the Royal Shakespearean Company, you come off stage and you go in your dressing room and there's a script for Ghost Story 2. Are you in?
Absolutely.
What are you old fools up to?
Black magic.
We talked about your other work. Like before the pandemic, I did see the Gretel and Hansel. Again, great visual movie, and you did a great performance. But when I saw it, I says, you know what? If she did Chariots of Fire today, and if she did Hansel and Gretel in '81, I truly believe it would be the same performance, because you really know your craft, and it was with that. So
that's very kind of you. Thank you.
And you work with some great Shakespearean actors as well. Did you ever meet Kenneth Branagh?
No, I haven't. I've never met him. I've admired his work, but I've never met him.
And where do you think you're going?
Out.
Since you work with Fred Astaire, or at least he was in the movie, what's your favorite Fred Astaire movie? Or have you seen it?
Oh, Lord. I would hate to have to choose. I mean, the song Dancing in the Rain is, of course, absolutely iconic.
Be right back.
And then anything for the future that can we see you in? Are you going to be doing, I know we're in the middle of the pandemic, but do you think you'll be more stage or more film or anything at the moment?
I think film and television is starting to move again. I think it's going to be a very long time before the theatre recovers. I don't think theatre in London will really start up in any significant way until next spring, 2022, because it's just economically not viable to have half-empty theatres.
Right.
And
I'm sorry.
yeah.
What was your favorite stage performance you were in? Was there that sticks out, or a challenging performance?
I loved playing Miranda at the Royal Shakespeare Company, Miranda in The Tempest. I at the beginning of last year, and we were very lucky, we made it just before the pandemic would have shut us down. We got in by like 2 weeks. I played the role of Sister Alma in a theatrical adaptation that was done by my husband, and he directed it, of Ingmar Bergman's Persona. And I don't know if you know the film, but it's an hour and a half with no interval, our adaptation. And Alma talks for probably, what's an hour, 90 minutes, probably talks for 70 minutes of it. The other character doesn't speak.
Oh, wow. Well,
until the end. And it was an extraordinary challenge.
Unfortunately, our time's ended here, but the counter's going off. But you're an excellent actress. Great, congratulations again to your marriage with your husband from Chariots of Fire. And thank you so. And I look forward to seeing Ghost Stories.
Good luck to you. Keep safe.